sale. It is.
Coming out and spending the afternoon with us. I'm going to be turning the mic over to Michael. He'd like to say a few words. Michael?
Thank you, Sonia. Can we all want to gather around so that I can get to see everybody? From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Dreams do come true. If you can dream it, you can do it, and here's a perfect example. But the reason I wanted to have this party today like this was to basically thank all of you for your help, assistance, and encouragement when we needed really a come-from-behind social media campaign to make the grade with Ford. My eyes are a little blurry, and I wrote a little bit too small, so forgive me for a minute. Allergies. My allergy is the Ford GT. First of all, I want to thank Sonia Smith. Sonia has just been a wonderful new friend and great to work with. Thank you. And she and the whole crew here, I can't say enough about what a incredible experience it's been for me to work with all of you. You folks are great. When I first met Sonia, a lot of people thought it was a joke because I sent her a message to say, "Who is this guy? Is he really getting a Ford GT?" So Sonia had to convince them that I was for real, and I wanted to deal with a salesperson because I'm a salesman, and I wanted someone who was very special, and I absolutely hit a home run when I found you. You are absolutely the greatest. I love you so much. And all she talked about was Dennis Jackson. Where's Dennis? And told me what a wonderful guy he is. I want to tell you what. Dennis, you're the greatest. I've really, really enjoyed working with you. She is everything you said. And I'll tell you what they have here at Brondes. This is a family. This is absolutely a family. Phil Brondes Jr. couldn't be here this morning, he and his lovely wife, Michelle, but they called me and wished me well. And these are the finest people. And I want to tell you one more thing. We did this transaction on a handshake. When can you do that anymore? But that's the kind of people that I got to deal with. So thank you for everything you've done. You did everything you said you were going to do and more. So this has exceeded my expectations. And the real good news is, you ready? Yeah. I'm going to adopt you as a little brother. Oh. It's your lucky day. You're welcome.
Do I get
brother? No!
I'm in your will, right?
Little brother. When I bought my first Shelby GT350, which was here at Brondes Ford, I took it home, and my little brother Bill was 13 years old. And I said, "Hey kid, you want to go for a ride?" He said, "Oh my God, yeah." So we lived on Nicholas Street, down Nicholas to Spencer, Spencer to south to the Anthony Wayne Trail. I put it on the Anthony Wayne Trail, and I lit it up. And he still talks about that today. Kid never forgot his first ride in my Shelby DT350. I want to tell you a story by how I got together with Brondes Ford. Back in 1965, as a 21-year-old, I bought the Perma Bench Company. See, folks, life is all about taking risks. The greater the risk, the greater the reward. You have to step out there. You have to believe in your dream, and then you make that dream a reality. How many 21-year-old kids? I had $2,000 to my name. The business cost 20 grand. I convinced my father. His house only had 6 payments left to refinance his house and loan me 8 grand. But I made a deal with him. I said, Dad, you got 6 house payments left at $52 a month. I'll pay your house off for you. Well, he believed in me, and we went to Ohio Citizens Bank and refinanced the house. And I had to sign a note for the other 10 grand, so I paid $20,000 for the business. Literally, I paid it off in 2 years. But at that time, Brondes Ford was the largest advertiser in Toledo, Ohio. They were in every newspaper, every radio station, every TV station, and they had this great theme. Big Don Brondes would take a sledgehammer and Brondes is smashing prices. So here I am, a little 22-year-old, tall, skinny kid. I said, I'm going to sell Brondes some advertising. So I made a sign. Yeah. No, just not yet. I gotta set the background. So I made a sign. What I did was I always made full-size signs, and I would just go in and cold call on advertisers and show it to them and wow them and hope I walked out with a contract. So I went to Brondes Ford. Mr. Brondes was busy. His office was right off the showroom. But sitting on the other side was a 66 Cobra, $7,200. And then this beautiful white or black or blue with white stripe 66 Shelby GT350. Couldn't afford the Cobra, although I would have liked to have had it, but I'm eyeballing that beautiful Shelby, and out comes Mr. Brondes. And I introduced myself to him, and he said, what can I do for you? And I said, well, I have something I think you might be interested in. Can we go back in your office? So we go in his office. I let him go around and sit at his desk, and I stood by the door, and I opened up a sign that looked similar to this. Only it was fluorescent orange on dark blue. They couldn't get the fluorescent ink for this one. And I'll tell you what, it jumped out there. All it said was Brondes. No Brondes Ford, no phone number, just plain old Brondes. And he said, sit down, young man. So I sat down across from him, and he said, here at Brondes Ford, we get $2 worth of advertising for every dollar we spend. And you know how we do that? I said, no, sir. He said, our ads stand out above the crowd. And so that you never forget this lesson, I ought to take this bottle, he had a Coke bottle on his desk, grabs it by the neck, turns it upside down and said, I ought to break this on your head. I said, Mr. Brondes, I'll never forget the lesson. Thank you very much. And I'll tell you what, that man did me the greatest favor he ever could have done, because I was in the advertising business. And after I had sold the business and moved on, I worked at the Danbury Company, and now with Pam Rose, and I'll tell you what, our ads stand out above the crowd. And I got to see Phil Sr. when he was here for the grand opening last December, and I reminded him of the story, and he got a big chuckle out of it. I want to tell you a little bit about me, and my goal today is to, I hope I can leave you with some inspiration that if you can dream it, you can do it. I'm the third oldest of 8 children. I grew up in South Toledo on Nicholas Street. 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. My father was a milkman. When I was a little boy, he delivered milk with a horse and wagon. We didn't have anything. We had a clean house. We had clean clothes. I wore my older brother Jim's hand-me-downs. Shirts, pants, shoes. I had to take good care of them because when I got done with them, they went to my little brother Terry. more often than not, I went to bed hungry at night. There just wasn't enough food, and there was no such thing as raiding the refrigerator. There were no snacks after school. It was a hard life, and whenever I could earn a quarter, just a quarter, I could go to the drugstore and buy a milkshake. Well, I would cut grass, I would shovel snow, I would do whatever I could do to just earn a little money. When I was 12 years old, my ship came in, I got a babysitting job. Right around the corner, seriously, right around the corner, a duplex. Is Jim and Tagley out of here?
The best way to do it.
All right.
And the wing will never ever deploy. Hit that button, the engine will fight. Watch it jump. And it jumps up. Yeah, and this is, yeah. And before we turn it off, hit the gas pedal, just give it a quick rev. Rev it up. Come on, hit the there you go. Just do it again. That's your first rev of your brand new car. It's always cool. Now, leave the front end in up position, but turn the engine off. You notice the front end drops because whenever the engine is running, the hydraulic pressure is running, right? As soon as you go and kill the engine, we end up losing the pressure, so the nose comes back down.
Michael, can't you get out? Let's get my grip, Tony. I'm in no hurry. Go tie a rope, do get both.
Cool. And then now that we're on the outside, we're just going to do like an outside to it. At some